Welcome to video 12 in the Professional Service Firm online video series. In this very important video, we're going to look at just how should a firm profile its business leaders as the go-to professionals using online video and the social media. We found that there are 10 really important factors that best support a firm's effort to focus its business leaders as the go-to experts. This video will look at each of those factors. The first is to secure your market's trust by showing you really care. Online marketing requires focus and care in terms of what is said and how it's said. It's essential you appreciate first, then articulate a client's fears, aspirations and problems empathetically from a mix of different perspectives using the various social media tools. You need to help to show you really understand concerns by quickly getting to the heart of a problem and pointing the way forward. You need to express things clearly, simply, and with far more care than others are doing. And you need to keep the dialogue client, not firm, focused. Nobody cares about you until they know you care about them. Secondly, you need to assume from the outset an authoritative positioning. This is a powerful point many fail to appreciate or don't apply appropriately and then go on to appear arrogant or superior. People will initially accept you at the level you present yourself. Only later, as experience bears out and they get to know you better, will they adapt their views. When marketing online, you must aim to come over from the outset as a preeminent authority and to do so in a respectful and dignified manner. Jim Rohn said, "If you are not willing to risk the unusual, then you will have to settle for the ordinary." What we're talking about is you stepping up to the mark, and to do this, you have to consider the unusual. Now, an aspect of this is the third point. You have to establish a memorable, distinctive persona. By being distinctive, this will of itself transform your status, but you have to work at it. It takes a concerted and focused approach. It takes some time to shape, albeit this need not be long if you know exactly what you want to be your memorable and distinctive persona. In essence, this will come down to the way you say things, the matters you focus on, how animated you are, the types of stories you tell, the enthusiasm with which you address even mundane matters, and the care you take over details. This will be achieved by letting people really get to know the real you. You have to open up. You have to meaningfully convey your deepest professional values, honestly and openly. Never be phony. You need to express your strengths, especially those that resonate in terms of the messages you're trying to get over. And you need to be reinforcing those core professional qualities that your prospects expect of their professional advisors. Now, in large measure, this can come down to using stories. They're incredibly powerful because they help people to relate to you. It helps to focus in on important issues if you can present those issues in the context of stories. Stories help you to reshape typical problems in new ways and to give different perspectives and to highlight your solutions. Success in this area is not magical or mysterious. It's a natural consequence of simply, consistently applying the basics. The more open you are, the more you share, the more people will relate to you. Don't try to be all things to all men. You can't possibly cover all the bases. Try to focus on those few characteristics that work well for you and aim to develop a persona with an interesting character. Then, having firmed up a distinctive style, the key to success is to stick to it, as this is what people will come to expect of you and how in their mind's eye they will come to relate to you. Fourthly, make absolutely clear what is your purpose, your role, your market vision, as expressed from a client's perspective, not from a professional's perspective talking to fellow professionals. Exactly what are the benefits you provide and for whom do you provide them? The more tightly focused and presented your purpose, your offer, your vision, the better. These factors, the purpose, the offer, the vision, these may be clear in your mind, but are they clear to others? Because it does matter. and never appreciate that people do understand important things. Always make important things clear. And in the game of competitive market positioning, the key is to make people want to be part of what you provide, to focus on a clearly defined market segment in the marketplace, and to really care for your clients. And above all, it's essential to keep things simple. W.C. Fields said, "I cannot give you the formula for success, but I can give you the formula for failure, which is to try to please everybody." Tell your market what your story is, of how you've come to where you are today. If you want to establish expert or guru status, which is what you want to do if you want to be selected as the go-to professional, it helps to be able to tell a story of a past, something people relate to. It's good if people can relate to you in terms of why you do what you do, why you're in the market you are, not someplace else, and why you're positioned as you are, why you provide what you do to whom you do. People will especially relate to you if they appreciate your dreams, your frustrations, and your expectations. Being utterly honest is critical. Fake it until you make it does not apply. Tell your market your story of how you've come to where you are today. How do we know stories work? Well, because the real gurus, the internationally famous ones, they keep telling their stories. Their personal stories are the very embodiment of what we know about them. This makes them human. It validates them. It's why we trust them. Sixthly, you need to develop a unique and predictable style that people can relate to. Being predictable in terms of distinctive characteristics allows people to know you far easier if they can identify those distinctive defining characteristics. If you're recognizable, you can and will stand out. Your marketing can then take advantage of this. People must come to know you when they see you, and when they see you, they know what to expect. It's an especially good idea to develop distinctive written as well as vocal styles of presentation that become yours and yours alone. Online video allows for many different ways in which you might choose to set yourself apart based on your own unique attributes, characteristics, and idiosyncrasies. What's important is that you decide how you want to come over, then work on it on a consistent and persistent basis. 7. You need to develop the habit of presenting strong points of view and of expressing them in ways your prospects most easily relate to. You need to stand for things that matter, that people care about, that motivate them. You should focus on things that help to change people's flawed world as they see it. Orientate people so they no longer accept unacceptable standards. Get people to check out what they think. Pose difficult questions. Denounce and give praise in equal measure. And don't be afraid of going against the grain. Be ready to stand apart and to be counted as such. People want to hear quality opinions. Aim to be seen as someone with a clear, well thought through set of strong views that are backed up by well-conceived argument. Stand out and be counted. The 8th factor is to be consistent. Use the same distinctive means of communicating. The development of a signature communications channel is important. Obviously, we're looking here at online video and the social media, and within that broad context there are a number of ways in which you can be found. Through your chosen communications channel you will become known. Obviously, we believe that online video offers for professional service business managers a wide opportunity for establishing a really distinctive form of communication because of the flexibility of what can be done. 9. Give your target audience a sense of inclusivity, one that makes them feel involved, special, better informed than those that are not part of what you're providing. As the go-to person in your niche, aim to be seen as a servant leader of your community. Inclusivity should be a natural consequence of your approach. Use the social media to create a dialogue rather than a monologue. This is far easier now than it ever was in the past. We're competing in a world of super-saturated marketing where increasingly nobody trusts what's being said, especially when they're being sold to. People increasingly turn to friends, colleagues, social networks and peer communities for the guidance they feel they need. You need to be tapping into those networks. This provides a golden opportunity for professionals to use all the people they've developed a relationship with or for whom they've provided a service to help them to build their business. You can use the social media to encourage those who like what they see to recommend your services, to pass on your videos, to bookmark your articles, to view your podcasts and refer others to your blogs. This is called viral marketing, and it's very powerful when it's driven by committed people who appreciate your contribution and want to tell others about it. As the leading player in your niche, it's up to you to create a community of friends, people who turn to you when they need advice. This will only be achieved if you consistently provide the right environment free of sales spiel, where prospects and clients receive exceptional quality information and gain genuine value and insight in areas where they have interests or concerns. Finally, 10thly, you need to actively encourage people to introduce you to their friends and colleagues. One of the best indicators of a future growth of a firm is the number of a firm's clients that are happy to refer their friends and colleagues to the firm and who actually do so. When looking for a service, people seek out the views of trusted friends, colleagues, social networks, experts before making decisions. Word of mouth is therefore ever more important as people tune out conventional advertising and as services become ever more complex and as people assume it's just too difficult to make the right decisions by themselves, so they turn to others. In the next video, we're going to look at how should we, as professionals, consider the issue of trust in the context of using online video and the social media most effectively. See you there.